For listeners that kind of aren't aware of like you and Sabu's relationship, how did it how did you guys kind of start out with the Sheik and all that stuff? Can you just give a little basic background? We'll get into Sabu more, I'm sure, down the road, but just as a basic kind of outline for people.
Yeah. So I'm bagging groceries at a grocery store at Main Street Market and saving money to go to wrestling school. I think I'm going to go to Boston, Killer Kowalski School at this time. And
Oh,
this big 300 and some pound power lifter comes through and we start talking. And I befriended him, uh, told him I'm going to be a wrestler. You know, I wish I had his size. And he tells me that he's wrestling. And I had no idea there was such a thing as like indies, you know, in the whole independent circuit. I had no idea, no idea. And anyway, he was doing a little bit of that, and he was working out with the Sheik, and he ended up introducing me to the Sheik, talking to him about me, and then bringing me in one time. And so when I met the Sheik, the it was in the middle of the winter in Michigan, so very cold, snowy, and Sheik's son Tom had I think he had a garage that was that they had the ring in, and the ring was cut in half. And so yeah, so it was 8 feet by 16 feet.
wow, wow.
Yeah, and it was so they could squeeze it in there. And the Sheik, he you know told me to go in the ring and to show him all the stuff I could do because I said I'm acrobatic and I'm a martial artist. I do kicks and flips and splits and whatever. And so he's like, show me. And I'd be boom, 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 do a cartwheel, a spin kick. You know, what else you got? And I'd say, oh, all right, I'd do a nip up, you know, and do a fucking split. But all right, what else you got? And I do a backflip off the rope. Eventually, I ran out of shit. You know, he's like, okay. And I didn't know how good if I was doing good or bad. I had no idea. I'm like, I can do this, and I would jump, you know. And he says, okay. He says, Terry, get in there. And this dude gets in, hippie looking, big, bushy, long, big hair,
Yeah.
skinny little legs. And he comes at me and he just bam, he like locked up with me. And he started like pushing me and pulling me and pushing and pulling and jerking me around. And so like I'm like balancing with him. I started like countering and struggling and trying to offset his attack. And I don't really understand what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
But he's testing me, you know, obviously for balance, coordination, all kinds of things. And then he started like arm dragging me, and I was like, "Wow, he had one of the most beautiful arm drags." And I was like, all of a sudden I was like, "Okay, this guy knows what he's doing."
Yeah.
That was awesome, and that was Sabu, and so Sabu and I would be in the ring working out, and there was eventually Dango came along. Tom was the big guy that introduced us.
Mhm.
That was mostly it. Judge Dredd was around sometimes, and that would be Sabu, and then like what's that, four of us. So it wasn't like a school or even a class. It was like real intimate, like family, like getting together, like and Sheik almost never actually got in the ring. Once in a while he would, but he was already like I think in his 70s at that time. He acted like it, and it was mostly Sabu in the ring with us. And Sheik, when she gave him the name, he didn't like it at first. Uh,
Yeah.
but it was Sabu the Elephant Boy, is what he wanted him to go by.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.